I
I
pledge
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, that was
in the mic, huh?
It's like a chorus. Like
Yeah, it is. It's like sometimes you can get off. You gotta close your eyes so you can concentrate.
singing round here. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes, sir.
Kathy Aldency,
Here.
Melinda Cook,
Here.
Patrick Sellers,
Here.
Joy Sellers,
Here.
Nikki Bender.
Here.
Gotcha. Everybody's here.
All righty. Before I begin, I'm going to reiterate one more time. Please address the chair before asking a question or making a comment, please, okay?
Okey-dokey.
All righty.
Okay.
The first order of business is the approval of minutes for the October 5th, 2020 meeting. I need a motion and a second, please.
Moved.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Bender, second by Cook.
Looking for my paperwork.
Please look at the minutes if you haven't done so already.
A what? Didn't he give you one?
What's that? What
An
is it?
agenda.
Oh, hold on. I got one right
I
here,
feel like
Mike.
I have extra.
You're welcome. Are there any questions on the minutes?
No.
All righty. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. The next order of business is the approval of bills payable. I need a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Moved.
Second.
Motion by, who made the motion? Was that you, Trustee Bender?
Bender.
No, that was me.
Okay. Trustee Aldency made the motion and Trustee
Bender.
Sellers made the second. Please take a look at the bills payable.
Oh, Cubs too good. Oh.
What is this replacement of computer parts? $5.95.
Over this past year, we have one computer in our office that has been having issues on and off. The power will go out by itself, and so they were working all this year trying to, by putting new parts in one at a time, trying to eliminate what the problem was. They finally had to replace the motherboard. So that's, with all the, we basically ended up with a new computer.
Yeah, looks like it. And the other thing is that's the security cameras.
Yes. Are there any further questions or claims and demands?
No.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Aldency,
Aye.
Bender,
Aye.
Cook,
Yes.
Sellers,
Aye.
Sellers.
Aye. Motion carries.
Mm.
The next order of business is the continued discussion of proposed elected town official salaries for term beginning May 2021. We've already had our motion, our second. This is a continuance from last meeting, so we can pick up where we left off. Okay. We can pick up on our discussion where we left off the last meeting.
Will we vote on this? This has to be then written and then voted.
Yep. It has to be a
Right.
resolution, right, Mike?
Yes, sir.
And then be voted on as a resolution. I think our plan is to try and vote on it at the next meeting.
Yeah, it has to be next meeting.
Yeah.
Has to be, I think, November 18th.
November 18th, but we want to try and get it, yeah, want to try and get it
We're
done.
gonna have a special meeting in early evening.
Right.
Supervisor Sellers.
Yes, the chair recognizes Trustee Bender.
I think I probably had all of my questions answered.
Okay.
I think this is something that the assessor's office has always been underpaid. It isn't something new that, we've tried to get through. And surely that position deserves, more.
Okay.
So I don't have a problem with the proposal.
Okay.
But there's an supervisor.
I agree.
Yes, the chair recognizes Trustee Cook.
So what we need to determine though, right, is like, because these aren't, it doesn't have to be exactly like this. And what we had talked about last time was maybe the clerk being even higher, like 9,000, so it gets within the median, which would be more than the 8% that's stated,
Right.
and less than the 12,000.
Right.
And then also like whether it be the 2% increases or the all at once.
Right.
I'm inclined toward the 2% just because like that's how wage increases typically work. Like, right, the minimum wage is working towards $15 an hour, and that's not happening tomorrow.
Right.
It's happening over time. The other thing with the trustee salary is we had talked a little bit about the idea that there's this separate salary and per diem, and how that's not right. That's not, most townships either have a salary or a per diem, and maybe we clean that up and make it just one amount instead of two separate funds, right?
Okay.
For cleaner accounting.
Okay.
Supervisor Sellers,
Yes, the chair recognizes Trustee Bender.
what was she saying that, our salary shouldn't be raised that much?
No. I don't think
was
she was
she
saying
saying?
that. She was saying that we should get the clerk's salary to the median, which is $9,000. Am I correct in what I'm saying,
Yes,
Trustee Cook?
because what's stated on here is either an increase, an 8% increase, or 12,000. But what Maida was saying last meeting is that this is just a suggested guideline, and that we could do other things. And we had talked about that last week, about at least getting it to that median amount, within the median amount, right?
Well, okay, that's fine, that's what I suggested.
In that range.
Yeah,
Range. Okay.
the median would be 12,000, right?
I don't have the information, so I don't know.
You don't?
It must have been last meeting.
You were here last meeting, weren't you?
No.
Okay.
Here,
I was in Dallas.
George, there's one.
Oh, Mike's gonna give me, Maida got it,
She's
Mike.
right here.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Whoa, gotta get some glasses. It looked like I was reading Chinese. Whoa.
Yes, the chair recognizes the assessor.
So trustee,
Huh?
are you just suggesting then the 2% per year for the 4 years?
Assessor Ridgeway.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can you come forward a little bit? Yes,
Yeah.
so we can
Mike
hear
can't
you.
hear
I
you.
just want,
I
I was
wanna make
just,
sure they can hear you too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just asking for clarification, because since there was more, it was broke down more on the proposal, 2 different ways. So for the supervisor, you're suggesting the 2% every year for the 4 years, rather than the 8% up front?
Yes.
Yes, okay, that's what I was just asking for clarification.
And that's how the assessor is like, then instead of being 8%, it's matching and then going
Right.
same
Right.
2% each year.
Put your dog away.
Right,
They're outside window.
okay, I just was wanting clarification, so I
Yes.
understood.
I'm going to the other bedroom.
Yes.
Okay.
Dear dog.
So what we'll do, we need to give Trustee Sellers an opportunity to look at this. So what we can do, what I propose, if it pleases the trustees, is that we can still vote on it at the next meeting, but allow Trustee Sellers to have her questions addressed before we vote on it. Is that feasible with the board?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So, yes, trustee Cook.
The only other question I had is, if we switch the trustees, so it's just like just salary, I don't know exactly how that's broken up, either just salary or just per diem. The per diem is per meeting?
Yes.
Is that what that is? So if it was just per diem, it would be like you have to be at that meeting to get that. Whereas if it was salary, it's regardless.
Right.
So, is that why we have that way?
Well, I didn't establish this. This was established before I got here.
And what is more common, the per diem or the salary?
Assessor Ridgway.
So I found that it was, with the information we got back, probably half of the townships did it by salary, and half of the townships had a per diem.
Okay.
So
Right.
ours was the only township that did both.
I have a question,
Oh, and no
Supervisor
one-
Sellers.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Bob.
Isn't the per diem if they have meetings outside the regular meetings and like when you go to Springfield for training, isn't that what per diem is?
No.
Not on this
be
though.
that.
It can be that.
It can be that.
I guess that's what-
Board defines it.
Right.
Okay.
But there's a lot of, especially smaller governmental bodies that don't pay salary, they pay their members by how many meetings they attend.
Okay.
On which they serve. I mean, I've had situations where board members in county government were attending committees they were not on, and they weren't getting paid for that.
Right.
They
I used to do
served.
that on the county board, yeah.
Supervisor Sellers.
Yes, the chair recognizes Assessor.
He just likes to have his name
So I
on
don't know if this is helpful, but this is the first page of the.
I have the whole
Yeah,
thing, yeah.
Oh, no, this is
Wait.
for the
Okay, I guess I
ordinance,
don't.
the ordinance for the last term, for this current term.
Okay.
So it specifies the $40, and then there's an 80 if you went to a special.
Right.
Meeting, yeah,
Yeah.
special
I
meeting
guess
is
that's what
80.
I was thinking about. You
Right.
got something if you went to a special
Yes,
meeting,
special meeting is 80.
you got something extra.
That's what I always knew.
So it's talked about here, and then the 40 is for their meeting, but then it talks about that
Yeah.
extra.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
That's what I remembered, is that they got something extra for going to another meeting.
Right.
But isn't the current situation, if the trustees do not attend the meeting, they do not get paid? Isn't that the current resolution?
No, they have a salary. Still, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm-
No. You're right. If they don't attend a meeting,
No, we don't get
they don't
paid.
get paid for not attending a meeting. Right.
It's not the full amount though. It's like if you, so say I didn't come to either meeting in the month, I would still get part of that. I would get that salary part. The per diem is the, or 50 or something like this, right? Like, it says on here.
Yeah, Belinda, that's how I took it, is
Yeah.
that there's a base salary. And then if you attend the meetings you attend,
Correct.
you get $40 for each meeting. If it's a special meeting, it's
It's
$80.
Yes. The chair recognizes
I'm
Trustee Alden.
sorry.
You're fine.
Oh, I keep forgetting it.
There was one time where, when Dave was, having surgery on his back, that Liz gave me the per diem. And, I was thinking the fact that we can't be there, especially if we have COVID. It was really up to Liz one way or another, because that one time she did give it to me. Supervisor Sellers?
Yes, the chair recognizes Trustee Bender.
I don't think that should happen. It's never happened before.
I don't.
If you're not there, you're not there, and you don't get paid. I love it, but I didn't want to give anything to anybody. Well, right, but that's the same as somebody's sick. Sure. They're not gonna
Right.
come, so, I mean, those are the rules, you know that.
Right.
That you don't get paid, so.
Right.
Right.
I don't know nothing about that one. Okay. Yeah.
But if they attend remotely, like.
Right. Right.
It's still the
counts
same.
as
Yes,
attending.
they're still attending, so it's remotely, so yes. So, yeah.
Supervisor Sellers,
The chair recognizes Trustee Sellers.
keep forgetting.
That's okay.
Anyway, I did think that way back when we started, coming back to my thoughts, I thought that because it is a 4-year term, and for you to ask someone for 4 years to never miss, that's kind of strong. But I thought that they had said something about I thought Kathy got it because it was said if it's a family emergency or something like that. I could have thought that's what they said. If it was a family emergency or something, like, say we're having a meeting tonight and you were going to come in a family emergency, you can't help that. Come on. If somebody all of a sudden had to leave and go do something, it was a meeting and they called in and said, I can't come because of whatever. I just think, you're 4 years to never miss, never for any situation. That's just kind of
But
hard.
the
Thank
trust,
you, Joy. Supervisor Sellers.
Yes, the chair recognizes trustee Bender.
This is the same as a job. And actually
But you get sick days on a
to
job.
me, it's not really a job. It's something contributing to your hometown, helping people out. And I don't think you should be paid if you're not there. Some people will misuse it.
Oh,
A
true.
lot of people will be gone all the time,
Oh.
as long as they know they have that little paycheck coming in.
But we said a family
I think
emergency.
you need to look back at the absenteeism in the place
Okay.
before you even start to think of that.
Supervisor Sellers.
We have so many
Hold on
other
a second.
pressing things here than to worry about $200 a month.
That's not.
We have too much else going here. Too many other things to take care of. I'm sorry.
Okay, Supervisor
Don't be
Sellers.
sorry,
Hold on
Nikki.
a second.
Right.
Hold on a second.
Trustee Bender, I think you might be taking something out of context of what I'm talking about, and I totally
Right.
understand what you're saying. If I'm running for something, I'm doing it for my community. I'm not actually doing it for the money, because hey, you would want more than what we're getting. But what I'm saying is, people also have to look at, there are emergencies that come up in people's lives. I'm not saying you can do it 6 times a year, and even on a job, you do get the sick days. I'm just saying, if someone did have a family emergency that was vital, come on, we gotta have some compassion around here too. Yeah, it's $40. I'm not asking for it because it don't matter to me. I'm just saying, there are times when people might have an emergency in their life. We have to have a good Samaritan heart too to think on those things. But hey, they can do whatever they want to do. I just thought it came up on my heart, and so when things come up on my heart that I feel that should be said, I'm saying it. I'm not looking to take a day off because I know I travel, so I'm not trying to take a day off and still think I should get paid and whatever. I'm saying when people have emergencies in their life.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Supervisor Sellers.
Hold on 1 second,
Okay.
trustee Bender. I have to recognize. I think the clerk has something she wanted to say. Yes.
According to this ordinance that we're working on now, Section 2, trustees shall be paid per diem when present at any board meeting in the amount of $40. So you don't get paid if you're not here.
Okay.
That's
fine.
what this says.
Okay.
Yes.
be there, but.
Huh?
I said I'd be there, but.
Oh no, this is
No, this
you
is
can do
different.
phone.
This is different.
Yeah, this is
The
totally
chair
different.
recognizes trustee Bender.
If that's the case, then
Yeah,
you're getting paid
and
more.
I'm not saying like your husband's in the hospital and you have to be there. That's a little different, or if you have a close relative who's passed away, that's different.
Yes.
I mean,
Hey,
you have to use
wisdom.
common sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Trust me. Yeah. You're totally correct.
The chair recognizes trustee Cook.
So this is all a really good discourse on why maybe we have it separate salary and per diem meetings. Because if you have it just salary, there could be a lack of what's the word, like a
Initiative.
maybe I
In
don't know. Like, where
participation.
you could you still be getting the same amount whether
Yeah.
or not you show up or not. And if it's just per diem, you're then more heavily penalized in a situation where there is an emergency and you cannot come. because you're still getting salary
Maybe
in
that's
that
what- yeah.
time. If you miss a meeting, you're just not getting the full amount, which seems fair.
Okay. Now, the county board is allowed to miss 2 meetings per year and still get paid.
For every meeting.
That's what the county board is allowed.
Do
per
they have
year.
per diem and salary?
I can answer that. If your salary, you get paid per meeting, but if you miss 2 meetings, you still get paid. Any more than 2 meetings, then you don't get paid for those meetings. If you are on a committee, assigned to a committee, you also get paid for attending that committee. And it's usually $15 a meeting. That's what it used to be. I don't know, it could be more now. And if you did something outside the county and assigned to doing something, like I went to a disaster drill for training, I got paid $15 for that meeting, plus miles and all that stuff. But you don't get a salary. You get per meeting attendance that you go to. And 2 of them are free, are overlooked.
So we could write the trustee salary in that way, where it was like just per diem and then
You're allowed to miss 2 meetings.
2 meetings.
Yeah.
Well, and then over 2 meetings, then you don't get that.
You
per
don't
diem.
get paid for the 3rd and 4th day that you miss. That's what they do.
Supervisor Sellers.
The chair recognizes trustee Bender.
I could understand allowing two absenteeism because you've got people who go on vacation. And I think that would even be a good idea to allow them to miss, 2 meetings a year and still be paid.
Only if
I think that would
you.
be an excellent idea. It is.
Okay. Well, the thing is, it all boils down to what the board wants to do. It's a decision that I can't make personally. It has to be a collective decision by the board. Okay?
Supervisor Sellers.
The chair recognizes trustee Sellers.
What I'm understanding now, is there just a concern with the trustees' salary that we're having these discussions? Or was there something else in the assessors and the
Supervisors.
supervisors? So are we just trying to get an understanding in the trustees' salary? Is that what everybody is just trying to get an understanding in?
All right.
My only concern about the trustees was whether, as it's written, it's fine on this, but just discoursing on whether to keep it per diem and salary or switch it, because that's unusual in other townships. But then we also have to decide what the clerk salary will be and whether to do these step increases or full 8% all at once.
So those are decisions that the board make. And again,
So with me, excuse me, go ahead.
I would like to allow trustee Sellers to have time to look over this and then bring your questions back to the next meeting. And your discussions that you would like to raise on the floor. If that would suffice the board.
I think that's fair.
Okay. Now keep in mind, my goal is to have this thing voted upon at the next meeting, because we're going to be beginning levy season here pretty soon, and we don't want this to be overlapping and all that. So we want to start everything as clean as possible. Okay. So Mike, what do I need to do now?
We already postponed it for this meeting.
Right.
Do we need to do it again?
Well, the final decision is gonna be made in a resolution.
Absolutely.
So, I would prefer a motion to authorize the town attorney to draft the resolution represented at the first meeting in November.
Assessor Ridgway.
Is it a resolution or an ordinance?
It
This
can be
last
either one.
Okay.
But I would prefer it to be an ordinance.
Okay,
But, you could do it either way, but I prefer by ordinance.
okay.
So we need a motion to authorize the town attorney to
Bring in an ordinance.
present an ordinance to the board at the next meeting.
So moved.
So moved.
Okay.
Sellers and Bender?
Yes. So do we do Voice vote?
Voice votes.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Okay, trustees, I don't know if you all received my email. The next item on the agenda is the discussion and approval of a grant request for the St. Vincent de Paul Services of Freeport, Illinois. I need a motion and a second, please.
So move.
So motion by Sellers, second by Augusty. Trustees, since the time the COVID-19 pandemic hit until the present, we have referred well over 100 families to St. Vincent de Paul. And we've helped them by doing the research to make sure that all of the people who are requesting assistance are legitimate. So we do the research on our end. But all the people that we've sent, they've helped. 100% they've helped. So I'm thinking that since we are their number one referring source, we should at least help them financially in order to keep them afloat. Because if you haven't been keeping up, FACC is in some pretty bad shape financially, and so we can't afford to let St. Vincent de Paul go under. So if we can, I would like to provide a grant to them to help them out, help them stay afloat. Please give me your questions and let's have some discussion about it.
Supervisor Sellers.
Yes, the chair recognizes Trustee Bender.
I have a few questions on it.
Okay.
Will you still be doing research to send them there?
Absolutely, that's the plan.
Okay.
They are happy that we are doing. They send us the names of people who came to apply, and we do the background check and research for them.
Oh, okay, that's good.
So yes.
So, like, how many times can they come? Is there a time limit? So many a year? Or?
Yes, they have their system set up to where I'm thinking that they help for things. I'm thinking once a year. I'm thinking.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. I'm thinking that's how they do it.
Okay. So then, did they hire, or they want to hire someone special, just to administer our 20,000?
No.
That's kind of. Oh, okay. That's what I was thinking.
Right.
I was reading.
No, what they have their system in place, and it's a pretty good system. It's real good. The only thing that they were lacking on was knowing how to research people on Facebook and on social media. They're older population, so they don't really do the internet thing too much. That's where we stepped in and we took over and did that for them, and we've helped them out a whole lot. So they have their mechanisms in place on how they administer assistance. What they are lacking is funding. They've helped so many people that they're lacking funding, and a lot of people. And the reason why they're lacking funding because we've sent a lot of people. I mean, I think we referred 3 people there today.
Really?
Yes.
It sounds like a real good program, and I know they do good work over there. So that's all the questions I have. I'm hopefully okay with it.
Okay, Trustee Cook.
Well, so on this it says St. Joseph Church Freeport, then says St. Vincent de Paul Society. I'm not really familiar with what do they do?
They provide assistance to people who need assistance.
What
And
kind of assistance?
about the same like basic things like shelter, clothing, utilities. They help with funeral services. They help people with mortgages who are behind their mortgages. So they're helping people that we can normally help, like families. So we send families. Families are called us, so we need help with so and so. Well, we don't assist families at Township, so we refer them to St. Vincent de Paul.
And it's a church. It's a church. Is that a concern at all?
No, it's
Giving
not.
money to a church
It's
organization?
not actually a church. It's actually a social service agency,
What-
but it's housed
In the church.
at
Okay.
St. Joseph's
St.
Parish.
Joe's.
Yes, it's housed there.
Okay.
It's a nonprofit corporation of the state of Illinois.
Maybe an international organization.
Oh, okay. That's why it's called St. Vincent de Paul.
Well, it's named after St. Vincent de Paul.
Yeah.
I went to DePaul University.
We know, Mike, we know.
Yeah. We know that was coming. We knew that was
We're
coming.
sitting here watching you with
And,
your,
and at some point in time, your name would get thrown in there. So let's just
right.
keep it moving.
Well, you gotta when you pay for a good degree, you gotta.
You gotta
You
brag
gotta
about
brag.
it.
Whatever.
You gotta brag about it a little bit. Yeah.
No brag, just fact.
Yes, no problem bragging about it.
Supervisor
The
Sellers.
chair recognizes trustee Sellers.
I guess that was one of my concerns. I really never heard about it and
Yeah.
didn't know. I do understand because a lot of families
Yes.
need certain help. But what is it that some of these we're not double dipping or triple dipping? You know, they're getting from every organization.
The only thing that I can say is this: they're not receiving from township. Now I can't speak about
Right,
any of
right.
the other
No.
organizations.
Oh,
We tried to get something together where we were all on one system, but they shot that down.
Yeah.
So I can't say if they are going here for this service and there for that service, there for that service. I can
Right.
tell you that they're not coming to township. for it.
Right, right. I
So-
know they can't because they're a family.
right.
So, but I'm just saying, I know that we've given out to seniors and VA and dyslexia and different things like that. And I don't have a problem with,
Right.
but I was just wondering, we're not giving and, we got, the only other agency is NICA.
Yes,
So that's all we got. If FACC is
that's pretty much
covered?
it. And St. Vincent de Paul,
So we only have those three places.
pretty much yes.
Okay.
I think Lutheran Services is they're
yeah.
gone, right?
It-
I think Lutheran Services are gone.
They're gone. And then wasn't there I thought there was a different Catholic. Maybe it wasn't. Okay. Okay, that was one. I don't have a problem
Okay.
with.
Okay. So, trustees, I want to vote on this tonight. Are there any more questions? Okay.
We already have a motion and a second.
So, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Okay. All right, just 1 second here. Bender.
Aye.
Altensee.
Aye.
Cook.
Yes.
Sellers.
Yes.
Sellers.
Aye.
Okay, motion passed.
Witnesseth is a silly word.
Huh?
Witnesseth.
I know. Witness it. Yeah, I know. Yeah. All right. The next order of business is the supervisor's report. I am going to hand out our expenditure to budget.
We've
report.
already got
You
'em.
got it already? Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to hand out our
Is that that one I had?
That's that one, but that
our
we had was
fifth,
behind the.
disbursement. Fifth tax disbursement. Mike, hang on. I can't lick my fingers because I have a mask on.
Oh, it's one of the most challenging.
Yeah, I can't lick my fingers. It's a mask on, so. Yeah.
We don't want your germs
Get
anyway.
on my germs anyway. All right.
Those little like
You
sponges
want one of these?
for
Okay.
dabbing. Much more relevant now.
Okay, I also want to talk to the board. The Masonic Temple, they're having a winter clothing drive going on, and it's all winter clothing, not just coats. It's jeans, it's boots, it's thermal underwear. It's all everything that you would need for winter. I wanted to put that out there to let you guys know about it. Okay?
Where?
This is Masonic Temple?
Yes, Masonic
When?
Temple.
When?
I guess it's going on now.
Oh.
It's going on now. So if you have any old clothes or any old boots,
Oh, I got a lot of them.
okay, I know.
I just can't give them up.
Okay. Alrighty. That's all I have. The next order of business is the assessor's report. Assessor Ridgeway.
We turned our books over to the county a week ago. And they are in the process of getting the information they need to get entered into their system. And then we will proof, and then they will publish the assessment notices, the changes, and send out notices to every homeowner, every taxpayer in Freeport Township this year. So hopefully by our next meeting, I will have a date for you as when that publication is gonna occur.
Excellent. Thank you. The next one is the trustees report. Trustees.
Nothing.
I don't have anything. Not today.
All right, the next one is public comment. Is there any public comment? Yes.
I'm Steve Carroll, as you well know. Listening to some of the conversation in here, I gotta tell you, the place where some of us in this room used to work, we never got sick days. And when you got sick, you got grilled. So I thought I'd throw that out there. St. Vincent de Paul, we are so lucky to have a presence in Freeport. They are very well known in Madison, Verona, Monroe. Their thrift shops are outstanding. When things get better, go to the one in Monroe. They got great stuff. And when Mr. Phillips decides to join the Badger bandwagon, St. Vinny's will have a Badger sweatshirt and T-shirt for
Just
him.
for him.
It's a guarantee. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. There any other business to come before the town?
Just one thing, Melinda, you need to sign these two things before you go.
All right.
Okay, that's it.
All righty. With that being said, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn until Monday, November 2nd, 2020.
Ooh, the day before election day.
Oh,
I know.
so move.
I need a second. Second by officer. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
I guess.
Meeting adjourned.